Oh man, I believe that mental toughness is a huge aspect for a quarterback position. Um, I'd rank it in the top three for sure. I think that to play this position, you go through a lot of adversity on the field and sometimes off the field, whether that's in the locker room um, or whatever it is. But I believe it's very important.
Do you feel like your mental toughness is being criminally
I mean, it's definitely underrated throughout every single sport, I believe. A lot of guys don't really take mental into it, and I think that it's one of the most important things again. And mine might be a little underrated. Like I went through a lot in my career at Texas, whether that be injuries or other things like that. But I think that I wouldn't trade anything because it made me who I am today. It built my character to where I am today. And if anything does happen in the future, to the extent that happened there, then I'm ready for it and how to attack it.
when did the oblique officially occur? And how many games would you say you were fully healthy?
Yeah, so the oblique, it started popping up on me the Monday after we played in Michigan, and just kind of thought it was a little tweak. And then throughout practice, it kind of got worse and worse and worse. And then obviously it kind of just popped against UTSA. And I'd probably say I played 2 games, maybe 3 games healthy, counting the first 2, and then maybe one in between the ankle and the oblique. They labeled it as a sprain, but it didn't feel like just a sprain. Yeah, I mean, how crazy is that, right? Just a complete full circle moment for everybody. Me and Jack especially. Just getting up to Ohio State and being roommates with the guy, and then him finishing off kind of our career like that. Super proud of him and the team for sure, going to win in the national championship. But it's tough. It's tough on our end whenever you lose a game like that. Yeah, no. I wanted to continue on my journey to the NFL, and I wanted to leave a legacy and leave my legacy at Texas, and I didn't want to disrupt that at all. I think they affected me for sure, but kind of going back to my mental toughness and my resiliency, I think it was good for me to kind of go through stuff like that and see where I ended up towards the end of it all. And again, like I said, when it does occur again, because it's a violent sport that we play, I'll be ready and I'll have a way to attack it. Yeah, I feel really good. I feel really good right now. I was doing limited work, but I practiced every day at the same time. So my reps would be limited, especially coming off the oblique, and then obviously the ankle a little bit. But I did as much as I could, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough play. It's a good play by him. He made a good move past our right tackle, and I think I got a little faster than he was back at Ohio State because he got up on me pretty quick. But no, I mean, he's a great player. He was fun to play against, and he definitely made a good play there. Oh man, it seems like every day now. No, but often, obviously, because it's such a big play, and for the end, it seems like that play just kind of was our entire season. But it was a fun year, and it was a fun 3 years.
How did the competition guard you make you a better player in practice, and then sharpen your mental toughness to come out and play through?
For sure. I mean, it says in the Bible, iron sharpens iron. So it was good for me and him to kind of get to work together. And, we both are competing for the same job, but us being pals off the field was good for us as well. And like you said, I wouldn't trade any of that because it's the reality of the position. There's always going to be a big name in the room or around the room. So I'm glad that he was a part of our team, and I'm glad that I'm glad that I had to hear about it as well. There's been quite a few. I know I had formals with Tennessee, New Orleans, the Raiders, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, the Jets, and then there's a couple more in there. There's a couple more.
Who are some of the cats back in Austin that you're excited to watch continue
Yeah,
there?
yeah. I mean, I think for me, it's going to be fun to watch Matthew Golden and see where he ends up and where he goes. Guys like Isaiah Bond, Gunnar Helms is going to be fun to watch. And then Jahdae Barron, all those guys, I'm excited to see where they end up. Jake Majors and Hayden. Actually, me and Gunnar are co-best men in Hayden Connor's wedding coming up in April, so I'm just excited to see all those guys and where they all end up. Say the first part. How anxious? Okay, I'm not anxious at all, because at the end of the day, it's just we're going out there and throwing routes on air, and as a quarterback, that's what we do, right? That's the easy part to this week, or is what it should be at least. But no, I'm excited to get out there and just show everybody my arm. Yeah, I thought it was great. They had high energy in there, and it was fun to be in that room, because it was one of the earlier ones for me, and I was a little nervous, but it was good to get in that room and see the energy that they had, and how excited that the room felt.
Quinn, how would you describe
Man, I believe that it's one of the best, leagues before you get into college, for sure. I think just the amount of competition that you have in Texas high school football, and the amount of guys that you have that are going to be at the next level that you're playing against in high school, I think it's unmatched for sure, especially towards when you get to the 6A level. Probably when we beat Duncanville to continue on our journey my junior year, just because that was kind of like we hadn't beat them in the past, I think 2 or 3 years, and to finally get over that block was refreshing for sure.
how much of the team has asked you about your injury history going back to high school, right? With that shoulder, ankles. How much of the team's kind of harped on that?
Yeah, it's been some conversations in some rooms for sure. I mean, just because they're making a big investment on a guy, and they want to know kind of who they're dealing with, and I'm an open book about it, because I think it makes me who I am at the end of the day. I wouldn't have the character that I have, the mental toughness, the resiliency that I have, if I didn't go through some of these things.
What kind of skills do you see from Arch and what kind of starters do you have?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a great player. Obviously, he's a hardworking kid. I think that he has some traits that I had as well. He's definitely got poise and composure. And I think that he's ready for any moment that arises, because, he sat and he saw how I did it, and then obviously he's going to have his ways that he's going to want to do it. But no, he's going to be a good ball player for him. I'm excited to watch him. Yeah, no, it was never a thought for me. Just because, like I said earlier, I wanted to leave my legacy at Texas, and I didn't want to disrupt anything that I did at Texas to be flipped or turned in any other way. I just wanted to be remembered in college at Texas. Yes, sir.
Who are some of
I was ready to continue on my journey, and I felt like that I was ready to continue on my journey.
Who are some of the younger, like some of the younger guys, the younger receivers that Texas fans might not have seen last year? Maybe coming into this next year, you see in practice. Do you think that they should be excited to maybe get that first one?
Well, I think you got a little glimpse of it. I think Ryan Wingo is going to be a really good player for the Horns, and I'm excited to see how he continues on his journey, because I saw how good he was as a freshman, and he's only going to continue on to get better as a sophomore, and then a junior. And if he comes out as a junior, great. But if he comes back as a senior, it's going to be real dangerous for everybody.
Quinn, who do you really enjoy watching in the league right now? Top three?
Yeah, I think that I like to watch Matthew Stafford. Aaron Rodgers is always fun to watch, just because I think he's one of the most talented, or he is the most arm talent-wise talented quarterback of all time. And then I also like to watch Jared Goff, just because I think he plays the game the right way. And last year, I think Ben Johnson was a fun coordinator to watch. Sorry, say it again. Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was really cool, and Coach Tomlin ran the show, and it was fun to get to talk to him, and it was fun because we were just chatting it up, and it was a good time. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing set in stone right now, so I wish I had an answer for you, but I sure am excited to hear that jingle and hear my name called across for sure. Sorry. I mean, it was definitely cool, that's for sure, to be able to get paid throughout college. I think everybody deserves it. The amount of work that we put in through the entire year, because it's a 12-month process for us, and we got school after. I think that the school makes a lot of money off of what we do, so for us to be able to make a little bit of money off of that too, I think it was really cool. And obviously NIL was the reason I left my senior year early, so there was a lot that was impacted for sure. Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's a weird dynamic for sure. The Texas legislature wasn't going to allow high school football players to be paid, but I had a big opportunity in front of me to go make a good chunk of money, and I kind of went about it like, I don't know what's certain in the future, but I know what's certain right now, and there's a good chunk of money that could change a lot of things, and I decided to go ahead and take that step in the time. I was at Ohio State. I might have regretted it just looking back on my guys and my homies back at home, watching them play their senior year and live their senior year. But, looking back on it now, I don't regret anything that I did just because of the amount that I learned while I was at Ohio State and through the entire process. Yeah, totally. I would say just be where your feet are, and don't look too far forward. Don't look too far back. Just continue to be consistent, because with consistency is key. As long as you take the right step in the right direction consistently, you'll end up there. Yeah, I don't even think it was 6 months, to be honest with you. So that it was like a vacation. It was crazy. But no, I mean, I think the best thing that I learned was kind of who I needed to be a college quarterback, sitting behind guys like C.J. Stroud and in the room with Coach Day, and kind of seeing how they do it, and then going to Texas and seeing how Coach Sark did it and how Coach Milwee did it. I think that was super important for me. And I had about a week to make the decision if I was going to stay in high school or if I was going to go to college early, and kind of flipping that switch to where, like, okay, I have another few months with my parents. I can still get home cooked meals. They're still going to pay for my gas, and then going to college, and then kind of being like on my own. I think I really had to grow up like real fast, and I matured a lot when I was there. I wasn't as mature as I am now, obviously, when I was there, but I needed that. I needed that for sure. No, it was definitely good for me to go up there and experience what I experienced. I feel like I keep saying it, but I needed it. I kind of needed that, like, kind of knockdown, if that makes sense.
You take two more. You gelled so quickly.
Yeah. When people ask me this question, I feel like they're always looking for a physical answer, but I always go to an emotional answer, and I think that's my resiliency and just everything that I've dealt with. I know I keep talking about it, but I think that it's the reality of my position that I play. You have to be resilient. You have to have that mental toughness, and I think that's where I have an edge over most people coming out. Yeah.
A lot of conversation about Coach Sarkisian as quarterback development. Can you talk a little bit about Coach Milwee and how he impacted your journey as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think that when I first got to Texas, me and Coach Milwee would meet every day in the afternoon to go through the offense, and he would install it for me so I could begin to learn it. and begin to understand it, kind of see it how he saw it. And, he helped me tremendously. And it was super cool to get to know him and his family. And he was a great dude to play for. He's funny because he's a little uptight, and I'm more laid back. So, like I said, getting to see it from his perspective on how he looked at the plays, and then my perspective, I think that it allowed me, I don't want to say more intent because I always had intent, but it allowed me to be more in touch, I guess, with the plays. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, guys.
You want to take your name tag? You don't have to keep it at all, but
I'll take it.